I thought I'd just show you the dashboard for IQVision trend system. The about's not working on there. Let me just log in. So this is basically a trend 963 that I am converting into IQVision graphics, so Tridium graphics. You can see the dashboard's roughly the same. The only difference, well, there's a few differences in the services. So services, let's just pull that down. We've got a signal service, normally don't have that. Galileo service, points list service, analytical service, IQ migration tool, we don't have them. So all this lot here that's highlighted we normally don't have, and then everything else is standard. Now the trend system, we normally don't have that unless you're using a trend driver, and this is the site with the lands already in there. There's your points, your trend points, and we've got different lands there, quite a few. So I'm doing the graphics for this. Now what I've done is I've basically created site folders, and all I've done is that I've attached to each one of these folder a page, a PX page. So I've got to do all these pages here, so there's quite a few pages to do. I've already done the basement pumps. Naturally we've got no trend connected, it's just my office PC. So I've got the points in though. So if we look at something like this, if I go into edit mode and look there, you can see the trend point there, input 39, and then we can look at a temperature. So we've got temperature S29, and then of course I've done the pop-up binding with a web chart view. So all you do is copy that exact point and you click on chart here, and that will go and get the point. So you don't need to search through all the histories. You just copy that point, put it to a chart, and it will look for that point itself. Saves a lot of hard work. We've got some switches here, so trend switches. So what I've done with this one is that's the active, that's viewing, and of course I've changed the normal star out dot value star. I've changed that to or asterisk, or no, it's not an asterisk, is it? It's it's star. And I've changed it to what I want it to say, so tower pumps, and then I'm resetting that for 10. So I'm using the active and I'm using it for 10 seconds only. So we're not prompting the user, all I'm doing is permanent 10 seconds, and then it go back to normal, and that just sends a reset. And all this is doing here, this one line is saying, is just reading what that is. So tower pumps reset, and then when it goes to resetting, it just says resetting. So it just changes that point. Pump duty, that's 10 seconds, so that's switching pump duty. That's 10 seconds. That's your set point adjust, so that's a trend K004. So you're setting it there, and of course I'm looking at the value there. So that allows them to click on it. So if I take it out of edit mode, that allows them to click on it, pop-up box there, set the value what they want, and go OK. And then the boiler shunt pumps, so this is the boilers that I've got to I've finished the boilers as well, so that's a boiler graphic. And I think I've finished, I've done the CHP graphic as well. So I've still got to, I've put graphics on, but I've put a note there, points need to be added, just graphics done. So the graphics done for level 15 pumps, and graphics done for level 29 pumps, but I've got to carry on, I've got to put these points in there. So let me bring across the 963. So we're on level 29. This is a 963 graphic that I'm changing. So that looks pretty cool. And we go to basement pumps. That was the basement pumps graphic. And boilers. That's showing the gas pipe, that one. I never put the gas pipe on mine. That's 2 modules per boiler. The CHP. So this is the old trend 963. And that one, and that's just a duplicate. That's another duplicate as well. I've just got different plate heat exchangers, but they're both the same. Let's just move that back out of the way. So I'm using this for reference. Then we've got naturally other things. I've got other, so that's the primary pumps, that chilled water. I've got to do a metering page, I've got to do a monitoring page, and then I've also got to do a page for all the fans, which I need to put something up there to do the fans with. That's the home. So these are the basement pulse meters, so actually monitoring apartment heated meters, and these fans here. So I've got this bar up here, but I haven't got it up there. So what I need to do, and I'll quickly do that, is go to files, PX, no, so I think I put it in site, and go to the top. That's my top fans, meters, top nav. Edit that. I'm just going to take that. No, I won't. I'll just move that across, further across there. And I'll duplicate that one. Move that across there a little bit more, giving me a nice gap between them, and call that fans. That way it covers extract and supply, and point that to the site folder for one of the fans. So we'll go basement, supply and extract fan for the boiler room. So we'll point it to that. So bear in mind that's not a PX, I pointed it straight to a folder. Then the fans come up there, and then we can go through all the fans. I've not done any graphics yet, but it's just a standard fan. This lot's not complicated. Now why didn't that come up? Let me refresh. There we go. That's it, alarms. Critical. General. Back to home. So the navigation's all good. That's on the front page, and I've also put that on all the individual pages as well. Not the apartments, because I didn't want it on the apartments, on the metering. But if I go to the OTHW, you see it there. Now I need to change that now. See how because I've moved it all across. That was a blank, so they can't press on it. Primary pumps is not going to be right now. Move that across. Chilled water plant's not going to be right. I'm just going to copy that because I know I'll be wanting it for the fans. Fans. Just paste that into there. Metering, move that across, using the arrow keys on my keyboard. I know you can't see what I'm doing on the keyboard. Maybe I should put the camera on my keyboard. Now what I was doing there, I was just wondering whether all these pages should have for fans. But I don't know if I've done that on the other. Yeah, I haven't done it on the boiler shub pumps metering page, monitoring page. So let's just go to a folder. Apartment heat meters, for example. Yeah, every one of them is going to be now wrong. So what I really should have done, it's too late now, but what I should have done is just put fans at the end and left all these where they were, so I didn't having to go through each one. So I've just created more work for myself going through each page. If I would have left it exactly where it was on the lettering and just put it fans after monitoring, I wouldn't need to do all this now. I just wanted the fans over the near the plant bit and leave metering and monitoring to the end. I actually don't know yet what's on the monitoring page. I know there's bloody meters everywhere. I'll show you. I'll bring that back across from the other screen. And if I go to their home page, monitoring, let's just see what's on the monitoring page. Smoke dampers, reception. Okay, not that much really. I can live with that. It's not that much. Hours run page. Okay, I didn't see that page before. I haven't done a page for hours run, so I'm going to have to do an hours run page as well. Home page, metering, which I presume it gives me a good idea just to show you how I would do a page. There's a lot of meters, but not really graphics. It's easy to do. It's just, well, it's just time consuming. Right, so let's do a hours run page. Let's just go back to that again, metering. So we've got a metering page, and then we've got a, so actually monitoring, lift monitoring, and we got an hours run. So let's just show you how I did that, how I would do that. So first of all, I'm going to take a blank template, which I know that's not blank because we've just done the CHP, something like a meter or whatever that would do. Duplicate that, hours run. I'll put a capital R and a capital H. Okay. Double click into that. Take that. I want to delete that. I want to call that hours run. We won't need that in there. And I'm going to delete that, but I want to put an hours run there as a top menu. So that's my hours run PX page. So let's just do the top nav. Naturally I'm not going to move anything now. I'm just going to move that at the end of there. Hours run. Now I can't point it to anything yet because I haven't done a folder, so let's just do the folder. So I'm just site, right click, new folder, take off my caps lock, hours run, so that's my folder. Will be at the bottom there, hours run. Now I can actually link that folder up now to the hours run. Component chooser, hours run. Okay, now you're not going to get anything at the moment, so when we actually press that, click on that, it's nothing. So what I'm going to do now is, which is the same as just double clicking that, views, new view, hours run, HXPX media, and now I'm going to get the hours run, that one there, and always press reuse. So now when I press hours run, I get that. So there's my monitoring, there's my hours run. Now all I need to do now is where I've got the top nav, not top nav, it's going to one of the monitoring page. Same if I'm just redoing that, duplicate that, so I copy that, go to my hours run page, paste that and put that in there. If you want to know how I did that bar, that cover up so no one can press on it, it's simple. If you go down to the kit PX, bring across any one of these, but I'm just going to go to the I bring across a Boolean image, and then click on that. I don't need any of that at all. And then I want the background, I'll put that colour for example, but I'm going to put that to 50%. Well, I'll leave it at 100 so you can see what I mean. If I duplicate that and do one at 50%, you see the difference. So if I put that over there, it's gone. Put that one over there, still got the writing, and then you can just put it to what size you want. Delete that one, and then you can't click on that because it's in front of it all. I actually don't want that there anyway. Home page, these are my, so this one is just a static, as I'm bringing across, it's another PX, and I think it's that one there, safety side. So that's a PX which I've done, and it just drags it across onto the page. So they go back one, go to edit mode, and if I just drag that across there, you can see that's dragged across. This one's also the meters, so I'll have a, not a top meters, but I'll have a side meters. Here we go, there's your side meters. So I can put that on any meter page that I want to. There's your side meters. And get rid of that one as well. These the sidebar, so that's the side nav. If I wanted to put it anywhere else, but I've only used it on that. We're just making simple nav pages and then adding them into the main page. That one, all I did was, well, I'll show you what I did. Right click that, new picture, and then get the picture, image, and images, site, graphic, okay. So there's your picture, and then I can scroll it and move it around to whatever size I want it to be. So I want to make a small one, just do a small one there, and it's set to fit ratio. So if I wanted to leave that there, I could leave that there. I could make it smaller. Get the idea. And that's basically IQVision. So this is the trend version of N4 Workplace. The IQVision orange top, basically. It's does exactly the same, except you have got some extra bits in there. Point list service, signal service, easy database analytics service. We don't have that. IQVision migration tool. So this is the IQ3 963, and you can migrate across. So you would use your set, and you can save your site. So bring all your site in, save the project out, and you've got an option of exporting that project, and you can take then that into here and import it into here, the XML file, and then you can do the same with the 963. So you can do both. So if you haven't got a 963 but you've got IQ set and you've got lots of stations, you back them all up like you would normally do, and then you can take that site and you can make a project file, gives you an XML, which then you can import straight into IQVision, which is quite handy. So you can easily upgrade your 963 to your IQVision. But that puts the points in, so you get this site here with all the points. But then you need somebody like me, unless you do it yourself, that's actually got to make a graphic. So all these points that you've put in have got to really go to a graphic. Oh, most of them. And there's quite a few points there. And you've got to get somebody to then put them in. So what this company's done, I'm doing this work for, they've got the engineers, they've gone to site, they've brought in all the points, they've saved everything in set, they've brought in all the points on the 963, they've saved it, brought in the project, and that's been uploaded into this, and then that's their job done really. Now it's my job to do all the graphics for them, and then once the graphics are all done, I give them the file, the bug file. So I will go to the station and save it all and give them that file, and then they will go to the PC head end, set up a new PC or whatever, put the file on there, and it's running straight out the box, because we know that the points are all right, because they've already been backed up and put on this system. So all it's got to be is the graphics may be wrong, a fault may be healthy, a healthy may be a fault, but then I use a 963 software and I look at a point. So I'll give you an example one more time. If I go to home page and go to one of the stuff I'm working with, that one for example, I will check. I want to go for flow there, for example. So I will then go tools. No, I won't. Where are you? Edit, configure page, and then I will click on. It's no good for that one. That, for example, and then I know that is LAN 11 outstation 13. It's the I9, but I know that when off we're okay. When on, so when it's true, we've got a fault. So I can tell from this what's a fault and what isn't a fault. Like a fire alarm, for example, if we look at fire circuit, false, which is what you would expect, isn't a fault. True is healthy and okay. So I can look at these and know what's true and what's false for the values without having to. So when the engineer gets their commission and the graphics, he can most of it's all done for him. There's going to be the odd mistake, no one's perfect, but I try my best. So that's LAN 11 outstation 13, sensor 8, what's that one? That's LAN 11 outstation, the digital output 1, so that's a control for the valve, 0 to 10 volt control. It makes it a bit easier having 963, so that I can load it in. And 963, I think, is, if you install it, it's 25 days or 28 days to give you free anyway. This is licensed, but you can get it for 25 days free if you needed to compare. So you just load the project file into here and you're good to go. I think that's it for now. Yeah, I'll just show you a bit about IQVision. Alright, thank you for watching. If you like what you see, can you subscribe for me, please? We're building up now quite a bit of people subscribing, which is nice, and thank you. I appreciate you all for doing that. Speak to you later. Bye.